Making music is hard. Even if you have a great melody, bad mixing can throw it off. Alternatively, you could have really good mixing, but your melody could sound like this. Furthermore, good melodies don't just pop out of thin air. They usually enter your head at random times, and you have to record it or write it down somewhere before you forget it. So when I make a good sounding melody, I want to make sure I use it to its full potential. Which brings us to recycling music. And by that I mean taking a melody from an older project and using it to make a fresh, updated song. Now, if you know anything about my games, you probably know that my upcoming game B.I.R.D takes place in the same universe as Fish. Fantastic names, I know. And I do have a world dedicated to revamped songs from that game. But that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to go way back to Frog Game. Not that Frog Game. This Frog Game is still being worked on. No, I'm talking about a different Frog Game before this one. This was a 2D platformer that was inspired by this image, and it got pretty far in development, but it's never going to see the light of day. I stopped working on this game in 2020. If people are interested, I can make a video about this game's development, but all you have to know is that I made a lot of music for this game, and some of the melodies were pretty fire. Now, another thing to know about making music is that if you work on a song for long enough, it doesn't leave your head. If you put me in a room with no access to any of my files and asked me to recreate a song I've made from scratch, I could reconstruct the melody with pretty good accuracy for about 95% of the songs I've made. And the other 5% is probably not worth remaking anyway. Because of this, I often find myself humming old songs I've made, and I think about ways I can make it better or slight changes to the melody that would sound cooler. If it gets stuck in my head for long enough, I have to at least try to recreate it, and it usually goes into whichever game project I'm working on at that time. For B.I.R.D, there are 2 songs from this old Frog game that have made it in. The first song I used was the airport theme. There was an airport world, and it was low-key my favorite world, and I ended up turning it into the shoebots level in B.I.R.D. Originally, this level was completely different. It had a bunch of lasers, and that was about it, and the gameplay was repetitive and not super fun, so I decided to scrap it completely and start from scratch. I'm going to play segments from both and switch which version is playing when a significant change in the song happens. The next piece of music was from the volcano level. This was also pretty cool, and the more I talk about this, the more I kind of want to work on the game again, but I can't do that. I have too many other projects, and I want to work on them more anyway, and I gotta have self-control when it comes to these kind of things, and anyway, it was a volcano world, and midway through development of B.I.R.D, I decided that World 6 should be volcano-themed. On top of this, Level 6-4 was really underwhelming, both from a music and gameplay perspective. So, like the previous level, I scrapped it entirely and started again. That's when I decided to recycle the old melody I already had for a volcano theme. It was pretty difficult to make the decision to scrap the 2 levels in the first place, but ultimately it definitely paid off. two of the most mediocre and uninspired levels in the game ended up becoming two of my favorites. It's funny listening to these old versions of the songs because they're not bad. While I would call the updated songs better, I still enjoy the old versions, and they do have a distinct vibe to them from their updated counterparts, which I think is pretty cool. So what do you think? Do you like the updated tracks? Let me know. And if you want to try out B.I.R.D, it releases on January 12th, 2026. And if you really want to play it now, there's a free demo out on Steam. So if you've made it this far into the video and you like the game, I'd be super appreciative of a wishlist. And a like and subscribe if you think that this video deserves it. Also, I'm still experimenting with the vibe of this channel and the form of these videos, so please let me know what you liked and if there's anything you want to see changed or added for next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.